fruit of the Spirit. And I stand strongly by that. And I gave examples, and frankly, you tried to spin it. You are a PR guy for your organization. I don't have a church or a group that I'm trying to get people in. I want people to follow Jesus. So TAZARYACH, I don't have to spin anything to make my organization have an excuse or justification for their behavior. I represent no organization. I'm trying to get people to follow after Christ. You have to. And I.O.C.K encourages divisions. I.O.C.K encourages dissensions. I.O.C.K foisters and fosters rivalries and fits of anger. They certainly do this. And IUIC has pointed out that you guys do operate in jealousy. You have created enmity. This is absolutely true. So I stand by that. And when do you see a UPK guy display gentleness, kindness, self-control, love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, faithfulness? I don't see that. So I stand by what I said.
So no problem. So now I didn't come in here for Galatians. That just happened to be a scripture you was reading when I was watching.
Okay, so what's your interest in?
I would chime in. So I just said I saw the title and I said let me chime in. So now when it comes to when you talk about gentleness and kindness, I'll use them Edomites. Them white people that came into our organization, they was treated just fine. Nobody harmed them. We have events across the nation where we help people that are not Israelites. Even in Atlanta this year, other Israelite groups, Sakari came to our cookout, Sons of Thunder came to our cookout. I think those are only two in Atlanta. So when y'all try to paint this picture of how we are just because we're aggressive about the truth, it just doesn't match.
No.
And I had no issue. Listen, just the other day, I counseled live on my live stream a white woman who just lost her daughter. She lost her daughter to suicide, and of all shows to call, she calls my show.
Okay.
And when she calls my show,
do you remember the program? It's funny you said you counseled someone about their daughter. You counseled a white woman. Do you remember the program where I played? It was video footage. I believe it was from a mini documentary. This is on my channel. I could find this one too, where someone calls into a UPK show. Now, granted, it wasn't yours. I forgot which guy it was. Tell me live chat if you remember the show. And they talked about how they had I believe an adopted child from a mixed marriage from a previous one that was white on the father's side, but the woman was an Israelite who was black and was calling asking about this. And the advice was, you got to get that daughter, you got to get that child out of the house, get it with a white family. It doesn't belong with you. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that at all.
That was UPK's advice was to basically unadopt the child.
Well, basically. I don't really trust you like that as far as replaying what we said, because you said we knocked the yarmulke off. So I'm not saying it didn't take place. You would just have to show me first before I would accept it as true.
Okay. What would your advice be if someone called and said, "Hey,
if someone has a child that's not theirs"?
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I'm in a marriage. I married somebody, and the child here has a white parent. What do I do with this child?
Is the father white? Like, you got to give me the scenario. Like, give me the scenario.
The father
was
white.
About.
The father was white. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming in this scenario, it's a man with a woman who has a child with a white man.
The woman was considered to be an Israelite, as it were, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she's an Israelite, but she has a child, and the child, I'm assuming, was with a white man.
Yeah, the child was, but it was. Yeah, I'm trying to look for it on my channel because I got it on my channel. Huh?
Go ahead. Is it her biological child? It just happened to be the father's an Edomite?
Yeah, it was like a stepchild type thing. Yeah.
If it's a stepchild, then that's not her child. So I would just need to know.
I understand.
I can't give you an answer until I know the details. Because if it's her child, let's say if a woman has a child with anybody that's not an Israelite, you don't get rid of the child. That's your child. If it's a stepchild, I would just need to know the situation before I could pass a judgment on it.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I can't answer that until I actually listen to it. But in that video that you played with Tommy G, which I thought was an excellent video, I don't see how us reading the scriptures, reading judgment, and how we're wrong for the judgment. In Revelation, the 18th chapter, when it says, reward her double as she has done to you, there is a nation. You ain't got to agree that it's white people, but there is a nation that is going to be rewarded double. Yes or no?
No, that's not how it works. It works on if you are in Christ or not. So all of I.O.C.K, for example, will be judged by Christ and go to hell unless you
We're not
repent.
talking about what I'm
No, but
talking
I
about is
am,
in
because
Revelation.
it's not based
No,
upon.
hear
It's
what
not.
I'm saying.
Revelation is not written against America. No, so I don't agree.
I said I didn't say it was America. I said even if it's not white people,
No, I didn't.
there's a nation that
Why are you saying white people?
Can I just
That's
jump in
because
here?
that's our position.
yeah, but that's not even a nation. But go ahead. Yeah, I think she's got to leave in a second, so she might want to say something. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I will let you two continue. But thanks for having me on. Nice to meet you, Captain
Hey, nice
TAZARYACH.
to meet you, sis. Take it easy.
Everyone have a good evening. I'm out.
Oh, that's
All
all.
right.
You don't have no
And
final
vocab, I'll
comment,
probably.
or anything?
I can repeat what I said before. I think that this is a really good video. People got to have some insight into I.O.C.K as a group, and it's just it's good for information's sake. These groups need to be known and to be understood. And so, thank you, Captain. Sorry for allowing him to do that. That was
Oh, thank you. I
good.
appreciate it. We got
God
like
That's it.
two more like that. I got like two more like that coming up. With two more organizations coming to film us in that capacity. I got two more.
Let me switch this out. I'll bring you on this other screen here, real quick.
Oh, okay.
Let's.
I got like about 5 more minutes maybe. But what I wanted to say though, vocab in Revelations the 18th chapter, when it talks about Babylon, regardless of what you or who you think the people of Babylon is in Revelations the 18th chapter, there is a nation that's getting rewarded double, right?
Sorry, I'm trying to mess with the settings on this. Go ahead.
Okay. No, my bad.
I'm trying to fix your parameters here because it's all like jacked up. What I really want to try to talk
Oh
about
yeah, I
though
see
is
I'm a little higher.
yeah, I'm trying to fix
They
it.
ain't got to see me. They can hear me. They know what I look
But
like.
I'm
cool
really,
with that.
to me, it's most important to try to talk about the video. That's the topic of the thing. If there's, that's
Well,
what I thought
that
you
was in the
were.
video. So
That's what I thought you were
yeah.
mainly going to talk about.
No, I am. So when Tommy G and Commander Jenny Hanna was talking, well, another part was when the brother said, "What happens if we love you? What would that do for black people?" That's what he asked Tommy.
Yeah,
And so
which is
Tommy is like, "Well, I think it's good for all of us to love each other." And so our position is that black people have loved white people forever. Like I.O.C.K is a minority. We're not the majority. Majority of black people genuinely try to get along with white people, fit in their system, fit in their government, fit in their society. And it's always we always end up at the bottom. I think Martin Luther King is an excellent example of that. Like they unalived that brother when he was doing everything that is the opposite of what you're saying we're doing.
Well,
Would
the
you
thing
agree?
is, he asked the wrong question, saying, what does this do for black people? First of all, it leaves out the Hispanics and Native Americans, you say, are part of the 12 tribes of Israel, number one. Number two, the answer is that's a wrong question to what Tommy G said, who he's not a believer, so he's not going to give a theologically robust answer. Here's what it should have been.
That wasn't a scriptural question.
I know, but here's what it's all about. That's obeying Christ. Because if you view this nation as your enemy, Christ says to love your enemy in Matthew 5. So the question is not, how does this better the people that I have my eyes on that I most care about? The question is, how does this please my master, Jesus Christ? That's what UPK's problem is.
But they wasn't having a biblical conversation, though.
But a man of God, that's how he would answer. Not in something about whips and change and financial status or anything like that, social improvement on this temporal earth with this temporal kingdom. The issue is,
that's because you haven't been through oppression.
No. It's
you
because
haven't been enslaved, and you're not the descendants of slaves to understand oppression.
No, that's not why. That's a cheap shot. The reason is because Here's the reason why. Because I love Jesus and want to please him. When have I ever heard Yohana talking about pleasing his master Jesus Christ? Never. I just hear him bragging about his status.
That's what he said in that video.
I hear him saying this.
That's what he said in that video.
Here's what I hear him saying, and here's what I see on the screen when he appears with your editor, with your editors. He's second only to
We
Christ.
didn't edit that video.
No,
we didn't edit that video.
You hear a word and didn't hear what I actually said. I said your editor's on the video. What I mean is your editors placed the subtitle or the subscript when he appears, not on that video, on other UPK videos that say he's second only to Christ, commanding General Yohana. My point by saying that is you're not interested in pleasing Jesus. You're interested in making Yohana be in rank just under Jesus, which is a ludicrous notion in so many ways. Why would Yohana be second only to Christ? Yes, it does. This man thinks he's second only to Christ.
So let me explain to you wait, first of all, what you did was you windmilled off of the MLK question, and you windmilled
wait. You didn't ask me nothing about MLK.
I did.
No,
I said to you, I said black people, I said we're the minority. We're the minority. We're the only ones that really go out there and talk about this whole hate thing. I said majority of black people love America, try to fit in America, try to join America. And Martin Luther King is an example because they unalived them. And then you went over that statement
to talk about Jesus' commands. To talk about
Once
Jesus'
again,
commands. I'm not windmilling. Hold on, just to understand what's happening. I'm not windmilling away from it, Tazaryak. This is just you slurring.
Well, you didn't even hear it, so you couldn't have been listening.
What I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. I feel like it's clear. I'm saying the whole discussion is wrong because you're not theological men who are intent on pleasing Jesus.
We're not theological. You're correct, but we do serve and obey Jesus Christ.
Theology means understanding God, sir. That's what it means. I'm not talking about going
understanding God according to what white people gave us. We're not
Matthew,
that.
No, but see,
we don't understand. No,
according to Matthew 5.
You can never teach us. Can I just say something?
Do you love your enemies?
When I say you,
do you love your enemies?
I absolutely love my enemies. Absolutely.
Okay. So then you do. So then is Tommy G your enemy?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's not the enemy that Christ was talking about.
So do you love?
The enemy
I already know. I know what you're saying. So that's why I'm asking you these questions.
Okay. If you're just going to interrupt the question,
do you love Tommy?
If you're going to interrupt the answer,
do you love Tommy G?
No, I don't have to love Tommy G.
So watch this. I just asked you, do you love your enemies? And you said yes. And I said, do you love Tommy G?
And I said yes,
and
that's according to Christ. Right. And so now let me answer without being interrupted. Yeah, in Matthew, the 5th chapter, the enemy was Israel against Israel. The enemy wasn't Israel against the white man.
Can't